some speeding opening or baneling bust could.
Okay, so close quarters. So we're not going to. So we're going to see a lot of assault rifles, not a lot of snipers.
Actually, a lot of submachine guns.
Submachine guns, maybe swarm hosts, maybe a lot of zerglings. Not a lot of those sniping units like Colossi. And I guess swarm host would be a sniper. Okay.
Alright, so I'm looking at the map. It looks like it could be kind of tough to take a third here. So I'm looking for someone to do a 2-base timing. You got to take out the rocks as well. So that's always rough.
Okay. You know what? You're pretty solid, Revan. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, man.
I'll see you guys later.
That was good stuff.
Job.
Hell yeah. Twitch and yeah, dude. I'll cast some Call of Duty, man. I will.
Right now. I got broadcast going.
Dude, there's more viewers here. I think I want to stay. Or like 6,000 or something. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. I like our. You know, maybe when I'm done, I'll come over there, or maybe we'll play some Call of Duty or something later. All right, man. That's Revan, Call of Duty caster. Check out twitch.tv/MLGCOD. Definitely an awesome production they have going over there.
Indeed.
So
Indeed.
Here we are, Phog versus Hendralisk. ZVZ, the winner of this gets an no, we're not there yet, Nick. We're not there yet. The winner of this plays in the tournament tomorrow, which is huge. They don't have to go to the lower bracket. They don't have to stay up late necessarily. They can just relax and focus on tomorrow.
It's going to be late, too. I was looking at the lower bracket, and, you know, SWS, after he beat me, he's still waiting on his next opponent.
Right.
Like, it's going to be a little bit long here. Of course, we saw Illusion drop down. Like, Illusion has to wait for, like, 4 matches in a row before he gets to play.
Sure.
But then if they lose in this stage, like Illusion just did in that last match at the same level, the winner bracket semifinals.
Yep.
All they have to do is win 1 match in the lower bracket. Because at this point, they're guaranteed top 6.
Oh, see, that's not bad. See, I'm thinking it's yesterday. Yeah. We're going till 3 a.m.
Well, no. I mean, but this is the people we're looking at now.
Yeah.
But they'll drop down a position like 4 ranks above the current people, right?
Yes.
So,
yeah, I mean, we still got plenty of StarCraft 2 coming your way, guys. But it's not going to be nearly as demanding as yesterday. I promise.
I'd say for another. I think we're going to do another 6 series.
Yeah, I'd say another 3 hours probably would be my generous
6
guess.
series is going to be more like 5 hours.
Oh, you think 6 series? Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be about 6 more series. Okay. I was looking at the brackets. It's going to be a long one.
Okay.
You know what? I was also looking at the train things.
Yes.
And the L train stops at 11:45.
Oh God.
So may have to bust it
maybe
again.
here, dude. I can just use my app to call a taxi. It'll be fine. No, it'll be fine, dude. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
What would you use an app to call a taxi? New York
Dude, they
City,
have great
man?
customer service. The first time I used it, I had to cancel because I had to cancel my taxi, and the customer service representative from the app called me the next day, and she sounded kind of she sounded, I don't know, she had a nice voice, and she's like, "Hey Alex, we saw you canceled your transaction with the taxi. Is there a problem? Can we help at all?" And they said they reimbursed my $5.
Nice.
From when I originally canceled my taxi. So no, it's again, I don't want to bash on the company at all, but we'll just call a taxi when we're done. Don't worry.
So this game, we do have speed coming down for Hendralisk. On the other side, Phog starting speed a little bit later. We're looking at the queen count side. It's 1-to-1, but we're going to see shortly 3 queens coming out for Hendralisk, I believe. Or did I mistake that? Nope, sorry, that was the second one just popping out now. So it is 2-to-2. There was a slightly faster first queen from Phog, but Hendralisk, they both have 2 now. It's going to be all good. No one's doing anything funny. We're not seeing Phog do that mass speed lead. Just a couple Zerglings to scout out. Of course, Overlords and a few more Zerglings being placed around the map. And a lot of times people get 2 Zerglings to scout their opponent. We saw Hendralisk go ahead and get 6, in fact 8.
Right.
And it's not like some crazy all-in not to do like to win the game. But I think he was hoping for a couple drone kills, and the fact that he didn't get any, it's kind of.
I don't like their colors are too similar.
Yeah, this is actually.
It's mildly annoying.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get 1 drone. Not too bad.
So that is Hendralisk starting in and out, and
yes,
Phog defending. You know, Phog doing a great job, kind of making sure he has the sufficient units to make sure that this doesn't do too much damage.
He's thinking about going to main.
Saw the banelings. Yeah, I'm okay with that decision.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just go right to main.
What else are those things?
Check out the lair timing. Yeah. Check out the drone count.
Steal away, kill a couple lings.
Yeah. And you know, some people will stockpile speedings in their main. You know, so
you're also forcing your opponent to make lings here too.
Yep. Oh, and he's getting another drone and another one. Yeah, that drone's like, "Can I stay in the gas geyser, please?" Not quite.
So the timing, the reason this worked, because he waited for this until those 2 banelings started, and that literally gave him the timing window.
Yeah.
Those 2 banelings were in production to run on by and do this damage. Pretty cool.
That was cool. You know, I've never really seen someone just make the 8 random slow Zerglings like that.
Yep.
And because you don't see it, it really kind of caught Phog off guard and was able to do a good amount of damage. I mean, if you look at workers killed, he got 4 drones with that, and great scouting. All right, knowing that your opponent isn't all in you, knowing that your lair is faster than theirs, these are all great things. But here's a counterattack from Phog. Able to get a couple drones there. Trying to tally the score. Not too bad. I think he got 2 drones there. So able to strike back just a little bit. But we do see Hendralisk going straight for the Spire. And he knows even if his opponent goes Spire, he's going to have the faster Mutas tech, which is kind of cool. In fact, we may see both players go Spire. It's looking like it's definitely going to be double Spire here. I wonder if, I don't have much experience on Polar Night, so I'm trying to think why double Spire here as opposed to other maps, or maybe just their...
I mean, the main thing I think is the rush distance. Obviously, it's really long, so whenever there's a really long rush distance, mutas are generally going to be a good idea, because if you think about what kills a muta play, it's going to be those scary timing attacks that come around when your Spire is halfway done. But on other maps, that's going to hit much faster than on Polar Night, in my opinion. Like if you're trying to do something Roach, and again, the longer rush distance, the more you kind of have to commit to make it work too.
I think that's definitely a big part of it. Oh, is he going to get the cancel on the hatchery?
No, and this is so important, guys.
Yep.
The placement of the 3rd hatchery makes
sure
it could be there. Go for detonation, but Phog is on top of it. Hendralisk trying to make it work. 2 banelings might submit.
That was a nice baiting hit. Another nice baiting hit.
That was good.
Definitely good for Phog there. Got the upper hand in that trade. One other thing I'm thinking maybe why people like Mutas on this map is look how far the 3rds are from the natural.
Oh, yeah, that too.
And imagine if you were trying to go Roaches, how hard it would be to get your 3rd base against someone going Speedings, right?
Yeah.
And if you can never get, if you have a really hard time getting that 3rd base of going Roaches, it's much more difficult. If you're both going speeding, baiting, and stuff, you're totally fine. But if you're stuck on 2 bases with defensive Roach, that's pretty rough place to be in against someone who's on 3. Oh, nice hits there.
Really good baneling hits there. Oh my God, so many links falling. Phog has 1,000 in the bank. He's about to make 10 mutas. Trying to focus on keeping this 3rd base alive, though. He's going to be successful. 271 HP, and there's the 10 mutas. Might add on a +1. Probably should add on a +1. Yeah, there it is. +1 weapons. Oh, changing it to +1 carapace.
That's because he realized his opponent's going mutas as well.
Yep.
Weapons is the instinctual thing. Then it's like, oh, wait. He's going mutas. The carapace is better in muta mirror. Some people occasionally go for attack because it's cheaper. And they try to just, use that extra resources for something else. But in general, if it's muta on muta, I would highly suggest going armor. So both players have those 3rd bases up. Let's take a look at their worker counts. Very even. Hendralisk with a small advantage here. Hendralisk with small advantages throughout this game.
Right.
Very tiny ones, and it's from that initial 8 Zerging attack. Since then, it's, in fact, if this here battle the 3rd could have been the game ender for Phog if he wasn't able to save that hatchery. But since he was, it's totally anyone's game at this point. Hendralisk has maybe a slight advantage. Phog's coming in here, but I don't think he has more mutas. Picks off a drone, though, and gets away. Not bad.
Upgrade timing is going to be interesting. We're going to see the +1 carapace finish a little bit ahead for Hendralisk, so that might be a time where he might try to go for an engagement, considering his opponent will still be at 0.
Yes.
There's a narrow timing where he can engage with that upgrade advantage, so we'll have to see if he tries to take advantage of that. Also, his opponent's 3rd is really low in health, so that could be a situation where when this +1 carapace finishes, that's when he decides to try to go snipe that.
It's interesting with how strong spore crawlers are now. Players are like, even if we're both going mutas, let's just throw a couple spores in, so if I'm out of position, he can't, come in there and get rid of the hatchery. And same thing with Phog. I mean, not as worried about losing a hatchery, but of course drones will be melted by mutas if you're out of position. So playing a little bit safe here are both players. It's getting their defenses up, but they're continuing to build the mutas. Now, Hendralisk isn't getting a second. Okay, there he goes. He's going for the attack. That's always a big question, because level 1, you almost always get armor for your first upgrade. But after that, again, the armor is better than attack, but now all of a sudden you're spending twice as much for that level 2 armor as you would for level 1 attack. And that's a very big investment. A lot of players say, you know what?
Rather have an extra muta.
Yep. And the attack goes faster as well. It will research considerably faster than the level 2 armor. So both players are going for that attack option.
So the things we're going to be looking out for here is timing of the 4th base from both players, and who's going to decide to engage, and where they're going to decide to engage, and where they're going to tech. Like, are we going to see them stray away, maybe try to make a switch to an investor or 2 investors or swarmos or something like that? Are we going to see Evo chambers working on upgrades? What's going to be the next step for these guys? What do you think? What do you think these guys are going to do? Just focus on the mutas for the entire game?
Yeah, there does become a certain point where you hit so many mutas that it's like, oh, well, why don't I just get 5 or 6 spores, make sure I can't die, and add in a couple infestors, because infestor plus muta will beat muta. But in fact, oh, going for the hat trick kill with the banelings.
Oh God, it's so low health, 98 HP. Will the mutas go snipe in there? That's a tough decision to make.
Yeah, if it's not worth it if you would end up losing all his mutas, right?
And you can't really retreat.
Yeah, I mean
it's hard.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard to. You might get a few.
You're gonna lose stuff.
Yeah. I think he would have killed that if he went
try to go for the Lings, going for the kill. I don't think that's gonna work. No. Hatchery down to 65 HP. It's getting lower and lower.
Oh, and this is frustrating though when you're almost killing it but you're not quite. Going for the Spore Core, he's gonna lose 1 muta there. Gonna lose 2 mutas to take out that Spore Core, but now he can go after the gas. We know Speeding's taking out a lot of drones as well.
Okay, during all of this, Hendralisk is looking for an opening to take down that 3rd base. That would be huge for him. Lings being sent into the main and natural as well to try to be annoying. Meanwhile, Phog is going to be attacking across the map, trying to be aggressive on his opponent's side of the map at his opponent's 3rd base, but the mutas returning back to deal with that. Meanwhile, the 3rd still alive there for Phog.
That was... Hendralisk has been throwing everything at him.
He actually transfused it.
Yep, I mean, definitely. If you lose that 3rd, you lose all that gas income.
You lose the game.
We do have a 3 mutas advantage right now for Hendralisk, but Phog has a few more in production. Hendralisk spending some gas on banings, and he really wants that hatchery. 7 more banings being morphed in. You know, he's attacking over here as a distraction. And look at this, here come the banelings.
Oh, the banelings! Hatchery finally taken out. One of those things where it became a pride.
Yep.
It became a pride thing at that moment. He's like, you know what, the hatchery's going to die, I'm sorry.
And you know, I liked how he distracted him by sending the Speedings and the mutas towards the main.
Yep.
But then he backed the mutas away. And now, at this point in the game, one of the important things to realize is right when you're in ZVZ, you kill your opponent's 3rd base, you're both going mutas.
Right.
Don't attack. Because think of it this way, right now you both still have the same number of mutas roughly. Let's say the game's gotten equal, right? And it's not like you're going to get a muta advantage immediately. It's going to take your opponent 2 minutes to catch up to you in economy.
Yep.
So over the next 2 minutes, you'll produce mutas faster. But right now,
muta versus muta engagement, and this is one of those moments where you just hold your breath and try to find out who's losing more. And
I think Hendralisk has got it, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
He could even have a queen here, helping transfuse, attacking. Actually, reinforcements coming in here from Phog. We are on Hendralisk's side of the map. 16 to 15 is the muta count. Lings skirmishing down below, but the aerial attack still happening. And is that Phog now ahead 12 to 9? But again, a lot of those mutas you got to consider are flying across the map. So
and there was also 3 queens. There was a couple transfuses that were really helpful there. I was surprised Phog did as well as he did, but he made it work there. Oh no, is he going to lose that hatchery again? No, there's too many mutas there. He has to run away. Smart call there. But the muta count was kind of reset. And you also noticed that without these gases, Phog didn't feel confident enough to get another upgrade. So even though that battle went pretty fine for him,
right?
There's more speeding run-bys coming in here. That's going to be deflected.
And he lost his 3rd before.
Exactly, and the big thing is now his 3rd will get back up probably.
Yeah.
And he won't be too far behind the muta count. It's gonna be fairly within reason.
Look at that drone count, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice advantage.
Yeah, Hendralisk is ahead in pretty much every way, shape, and form except for the number of mutas. But you know, Phog's not gonna. It's so hard to be aggressive with those mutas right now. It's
it is. I mean, there's Spore Cores around here, and once the level 2 Carapace comes up, you can see Hendralisk will actually catch up to him in muta count, maybe even get ahead by a little bit. With the extra drones, it's giving him extra minerals, so he can do more and more speeding counterattacks that we've been seeing. He can also go ahead and get himself the 4th base. The extra drones aren't really going to need too many more mutalists once they're both on the same number of gases, but the extra minerals, it can continue to get more bases, more speedlings. Queens, he could potentially transition later as well, add more stack defense in there. So it's definitely looking poor for Phog, but it's not over. If he kind of goes turtle mode, once both players max, it's anyone's game.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. Phog is going to focus on staying defensive and hoping Hendralisk makes a mistake is the big essence here. Hoping the mutas overextend or hoping, he might, what do you think about like a crafty text transition right now? Like, can he afford to do that? Is there any way, shape, or form he can? No, my God, these Link.
Yeah, I don't think he has the minerals to afford it.
Everything's just going kind of wrong for him right now.
This is like the 6th speeding run by that's gone into the main base of Phog. At a certain point, it's like maybe Spine would help, but enough speedlings, they can actually power down that Spine very quickly. Another attack at the 3rd base as well. Now the mutas can defend that, but now Hendralisk mutas have a little bit of free reign here. Oh, almost grabbing a mutant rally. There's no Spore Crawlers anymore. Going for the Overlords. That's going to be a lot of nice kills there. In fact, he just goes straight for the lair. Not going to do it. He's a little bit afraid once they get back there. Doesn't want to do a base race because who knows who's going to win a base race.
Yep.
Phog's going to take down his hatchery. I think he's going to get it. Hendralisk is coming back. Hatchery's getting lower and lower. Hendralisk is coming back. There goes the hatchery, but if Hendralisk can engage now, he's up 60 supply.
He's this round, not letting his opponent retreat. And Transfuse is going down onto the mutas too. Phog trying to get out of there. Hendralisk right behind him. And if Phog hesitates at all, he's going to lose a muta. So got to be careful. Meanwhile, the fourth base getting attacked by those Zerglings on the left-hand side of the map. Slowly but surely, all the mutas are falling. And he's going to try to turn around and hold this. And he might, yeah, he is going to be able to. Where's the rest of the mutas?
Hendralisk.
I'm like, where'd all the mutas go?
6 mutas in there, and their other ones went back to defend us. Wow.
Well, oh my God. 38 HP.
That was actually a very big mistake from Hendralisk. He literally just donated, what, 6, 7 mutas?
Yeah.
And now the count is actually fairly similar. Now he still has a significant upgrade advantage. He's got the second on armor versus only one, and that makes a very big difference in muta versus muta.
Yep. Because
each armor, because of the way the bounces work. And if you think about it, a muta with 3 bounces, you're talking 9, 3, and 1. Maybe it's doing 13 damage. 3 off of that is a good chunk. So each armor is a very healthy percent-wise decrease there. Another counterattack here from some speedlings. Baneling gets...
Whoa, massive Baneling hit there from Hendralisk. He's going to be super happy about that, but this hatchery is going to have to be canceled. Muta's coming back here from Hendralisk, trying to track down these mutas from Phog. One muta getting caught off guard there, and again, these muta counts are fairly similar. Remember, the upgrade advantage still belongs to Hendralisk, and he has a muta advantage as well. There's the GG from Phog. Hendralisk takes game number 1, which means he is 1 win away from advancing on to tomorrow to join Kapach and, of course, the other 12 that were invited. But that was actually a pretty fun game. That
was pretty exciting. You know, I like some of the moves Phog was doing to try to get back in there. Hendralisk played very solid overall. Hendralisk is one of those guys. I think 2013, he's looked increasingly stronger throughout the year.
Right.
And there's not. Honestly, like if you think of 2012, you saw like Scarlet Olsen get really good throughout the year. Illusion was really progressing throughout the year. 2013, Suppy near the end. 2012 was really, but 2013, a lot of these players, it's not that they're still not amazing.
Right.
But like everyone already knows Start is amazing. Everyone knows Suppy and Illusion are great players. Hendralisk has really been putting his name up there with those guys in 2013, I think.
He's been played, like when I'm thinking of players who like I'm looking out for in the future.
Yep.
Honestly, both these guys are on my list, probably. Hendralisk, maybe more so.
He's been a little more consistent.
Right, let's play a game. What do you think of when you think of Hendralisk in his Zerg play? Like, what's one of the things that comes to your mind? And then we'll see if we're on the same page here, because there's something that absolutely pops out in my mind. If not, it's fine. It's one of those things where when I say it, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
There's nothing that super pops out. I mean, he's a very solid player.
He's in that group with, like, Scarlet.
Oh, yeah, the Zerg Cabal.
He's in, like, the Zerg Cabal. And what they're all, like, really good about is, like, analyzing the little things in StarCraft 2 and really focusing on them. One of the examples being creep spread. And Scarlet pretty much exactly, right? So,
well.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Scarlet and Hendralisk are so good at their creep spread when they want to. I mean, ZVZ, it's kind of unclear, like, whether you want it or not at times. Yep. But, again, my point is, like, the little things. Like, last game, Hendralisk going for that little Ling run-by in the beginning there.
Yeah.
And then throughout the game, continuing with those Ling run-bys. Like, it's a very small thing, but he focuses on it, and it definitely helps as the game goes along.
I think, that was, I mean, he got a lot. I think he's probably up to, like, 30, 35 drone kills by the end of that.
It was great.
It really adds up.
Yep. It was great. So that's something I really like about Hendralisk in his play. And, you know, we'll have to see if he can continue this game with his success. Again, 1 win away from advancing to tomorrow's tournament.
We do have Hendralisk going for the hatchery, then gas, then spawning pool. Whereas we see Phog going for a spawning pool, then a hatchery, then gas. So we're going to see a little bit faster speed for Hendralisk. Otherwise, things should be fairly even.
Right.
We'll see if Phog makes any Zerglings. Typically, you don't want to make any. You would make pure, even though your spawning pool is done, you're like, wait, I built a spawning pool. It's like Terran builds barracks, you build Marines, right? You build the gateway, you start get a Stealth or a Stalker or something. No, with Zerg, get the spawning pool and ZVZ. Well, one, if they're rushing you, you get Zerglings to be safe. But then 2, really, you want to get the Queen. But if they're not rushing you, you know, you can look at his vision. Obviously, he's Overlord. You know, there's nothing leaving the base. You just get pure drones. And that's one of the biggest things that can separate, you know, your high master from your pro level Zerg player, is that they know when and when not to make those extra units and when and when not to drone.
The early game is all about that, Nick. You
Yep.
nailed it right on the head there. Analyzing, okay, how much is my opponent investing into attacking me, and what's the bare minimum amount of units I need to defend against that aggression while making nothing but drone. It's all about setting yourself up for that mid game, setting yourself for that late game, which is getting that high drone count. Of course, higher drone count, more money, more stuff later on in the game.
So I lied to you guys, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I said Hendralisk would have faster Zerging speed because he went gas early. But then he never got Zerging speed.
It wasn't a lie, I don't think, because he would have if he had decided to use that gas on the speed. But he made a different decision. He's like, you know what, I'm going to get an evolution chamber, go for a quick +1, and we're going to see roach-based play here from Hendralisk.
I mean, this is definitely, not definitely. I feel like this is going to be a timing.
Yeah, I think I kind of like it, because you get the roaches early enough where you can defend against most of the scary stuff from the Zerg, like the heavy link stuff. And it's late enough where you can kind of do a timing off +1 to exploit fast mutas.
Exactly. And the idea is that with +1 weapons, similar to how Zelts work against Zerglings, roaches can then two-shot Zerglings once they have +1 range weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's one of those situations where normally if you just send like 13 roaches, they can just mob them with speedies and actually take them out. And you normally have to get Banelings, and then your attack's slower, and you don't have as many roaches, so spine crawlers can be a problem. But this is going to be probably just a pure roach attack. Now, the danger of the pure roach attack, getting the range weapon instead of the Baneling Nest, that's kind of the choice. Evo Chamber plus range weapon versus the Baneling Nest and some Banelings, is you won't have Banelings to defend counterattacks. So we could see a weird base racing if Phog sees the roaches, and he's like, I can't do anything against that. And he just instantly counterattacks. But he hasn't done that yet. I mean, he's seen the roaches obviously over and saw them leaving the base. Actually, wait, you know what? Did he somehow miss these roaches?
Oh, he might have, man. He's making drones. He has drones in production right now. These are +1 roaches. Oh, well, no, they're not. I lied.
They will be in
they will be, I promise. They're thinking about it. They're still thinking about how they need to get +1.
But you know what? They still can't two-shot drones. So that's why I make drones and not Zerglings.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. She still makes Zerglings. This is looking really bad for Phog.
Yeah.
This is doing a lot of damage here from Hendralisk. He's going there behind him.
Yeah, he was caught completely off guard, and Hendralisk, he might be moments away from being able to kick back, relax, and focus on tomorrow.
Look how quick they died just to a couple of roaches.
Oh. Yeah. So many damage already done. Like, this is... Obviously, there are always ways to come back in StarCraft 2. But this is one of those moments where you never want to be in.
Yeah.
As Phog.
Phog's going to get his own roaches, and he's going to defend this. But behind this, we did see him lose 23 workers, which means that even though he had more to begin with, he's now down by 22 because Hendralisk has been joined up behind us. And, of course, Hendralisk has got it. This will be cleaned up here in just a second. Hendralisk would like to get in the main and see if there's a lair timing. And he's going to get in there. He's going to spot the lair, so that's nice. He knows it's done.
And he sees a bunch of roaches, too, so he knows mutas is not an option. He sees a lack of gas there in the main as well, so he knows his opponent is essentially on one gas. And that you know, he can make so many assumptions based on that, and he's going to be super happy right now. Might even take a third.
Yeah, he did take a third. The drone count was useful.
Yep.
From here on, with the drone count he's seen and everything he's seen, he's going to do nothing but build roaches for the next, like, 2 minutes. And then once he gets roach speed, he'll walk across the map and do an attack. And
what's his drone count right now?
I think it's 43.
Oh, that's a great number to have.
I mean, bigger is always better, but if you're already ahead, you can just make roaches. If you're ahead by enough, like Hendralisk is ahead enough that he can actually just make non-stop roaches, as long as he attacks, you know, once he gets roach speed.
All right.
There's the speeding, spots the third base, spots how that drones there. So I'm trying to think of what Phog should be doing to try to make a comeback. I'd almost say, like, do something crazy.
Like,
straight to Swarmos or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, but that's a decision you have to make like a minute ago, though. Like,
yeah, like it would have been instead of the Evos.
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, it wouldn't be able to get him up in time.
Because now, let's think about things. Like, his third is going to be much further behind than his opponent. And if your third is behind, what you want to do is be aggressive towards their third, mess with their economy, but
or be super greedy.
Or be
with drones.
Right. So Phog, if we eliminate options, Phog can't really be aggressive right now because his opponent just has so many roaches, and it's not going to happen. His opponent's going to have defender's advantage. His third base is still going to be delayed, so like the only thing that he might be able to do is turtle off 2 bases, tech up, and hope his opponent makes a mistake and slowly make that comeback happen. Take that third pretty slowly as well.
Yeah. I think this was looking to do. He's starting to tech up by getting double upgrades.
Yeah.
Just something you can do. You know, I mean, again, if you can max out, you can always make those comebacks. So he's looking to be very defensive, like you said, and you know, even if Hendralisk has a lot of resources, if they're both maxed,
Sure.
who knows? You know, you can always you can get the army equivalency, which right now, of course, is massively in Hendralisk's favor.
Yeah.
Significantly higher roach count he receives, 31 to 14. So Hendralisk probably wants to do something with this roach advantage, and that's what he's doing. He's moving along the left side of the map. Phog sees this, and I think he may just end up crying right now.
Uh-oh.
I think that's his only option, really.
There's nothing much you can do. I mean, and this is kind of based on how the beginning of the game went. I mean, I'm not sure what other options there are here. So Hendralisk just playing a super good early game, a great timing attack there with that +1 of the roaches, and Hendralisk will advance on to tomorrow. So now we have 2 players of different races.